Hello everyone, I want to first welcome you all to my video and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Basically this is going to compare Shiva 3D and my thoughts on it versus Unity 3D. Now before I proceed, please know that I am not trying to start a flame war between the two game engines. I think both of them are incredible engines. Honestly, they're both of them right now are the two 800-pound gorillas in the industry as far as cross-platform game development is concerned, in my personal opinion. So I just wanted to lay that out there. As you see down below here, I actually have both engines, or at least the free versions of both engines. And I'm just going to talk about my experiences so far and my personal opinions as to what my team is going to be using moving forward. So we played around with the Unity 3D engine and we think it's absolutely brilliant. However, I think that if we start thinking about what our use cases for it and what we plan to do with it, it just does not make sense financially, practically. Main reason for that is because with the free versions, although you can publish to all of these platforms, you're getting a crippled or limited version of the feature set available in the full version of Unity. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean dynamic shadows. Right now you only get hard shadows in the Unity free version. Shader support, you're only getting either limited shader or no shader support at all in the free version. And a bunch of other features that I actually don't know too much about yet. But what I do know is so far as the features that they're stripping out already is enough to make me go, not interested. And if I do want those features, I'm going to have to pony up $1,500 for the pro version of Unity so I can publish my games to Mac, PC, and Linux, but that's it. If I want to, and also of course I can publish to Android and iOS and all those mobile platforms, but even if I paid for the pro version of Unity, I will not get the pro features pushed on to any mobile games that I produce. It would only be the basic or limited feature set. In order for me to get the pro feature set for all of the platforms, I would have to pay $1,500 for iOS, $1,500 for Android, and $1,500 for the pro version of the game engine for desktop. If you add that up, that is $4,500 that for an indie game studio that's starting off as a one or two man team, I don't think that's very realistic or very viable in my opinion. So instead, we're looking at Shiva. Now the Shiva game engine offers all of its rendering features and capabilities right out of the box, even with the free version of its engine. So I can use soft shadows, dynamic shadows, and shaders all right out of the box with the Shiva 3D free version, which I think is impressive. Now granted, I can't publish to Android, iOS, or even PC with the free version, but I can publish to a web plugin or Flash 11. So I can have my game available to many websites on my personal website, but still utilizing the full features of the game engine as far as rendering capabilities are concerned. So for me, that's very appealing. Not to mention, if I wanted to get the pro version, or at least the pro version for indies, which is the one I'm personally looking for getting, it's going to be only $200. And then I get all the pro rendering features plus the ability to port my game to Android, to iOS, to Linux, Mac, and PC, which is all of the platforms that I'm planning on developing for at the moment, and possibly PS3 in the future, all for the same $200. Now that's a steal if you ask me, okay? And that's because it's 50% off right now in the Shiva store, and because they're getting ready to roll out version 2.0. Now with version 2.0, what is the difference between 2.0 and the current version, which is version 1.9.2? That is going to be the editor. Almost all of, yeah, they're going to have some improvements to the actual game engine, the core of the engine itself, but the majority, from what I understand, is going to be editor based, which is great because so far people love the engine, but they don't like the editor as much. There certain things are not, I guess, worded properly or in the places people would expect them to be, and things like that. So take some getting used to. Personally, I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to dive in on version 1.9.2, start from there, because all of the projects that I create in version 1.9.2 is going to be supported by version 2.0. Version 2.0 is going to have full backward compatibility. So that's a good thing. Now, if you are currently a member of the Shiva 3D community, or if you've been directed to this video from the Shiva 3D forums. I definitely appreciate your comments as far as resources that you can find or recommend for me and my team. That's going to be, whether it be links to websites, tutorials, videos, even books. Any good book recommendations or places on the web where you guys have resources or information that I can help us in the just starting out with Shiva 3D and making video games, I would greatly appreciate it. Please put it down in the comments below. Or post it in the Shiva 3D forums. So now, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys some of the things that have been produced in the Shiva 3D engine. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and go to the showcase, and I'm going to show you one of their tech demos that kind of impressed me, even though it was originally developed back in 2009. So it's kind of dated by today's standards. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Forget watching the video for it. I'm actually going to run the real deal, okay? Yeah, I'm running the real actual game or the tech demo in my computer, in my web browser right now. I'm going to show you guys live with the screen recorder app running, so that's why the frame rates are going to be kind of down. It's because I have screen recorder, I got a browser with 3 tabs open, and this game is pretty visually heavy, I think, for a web browser game. Alright, so here we go. Okay. Alright, so I am in. Let's go, let's go full screen. If I can. I guess there's an easier way to do that. Here we go. Okay. So, you guys probably can't hear the game sounds right now, but that's okay. I should have enabled that earlier. Yeah, so this is the game running real time on my computer right now while having all that other stuff going on in the background, including screen recording. So yeah, you can get really good frames per second, and this is a pretty efficient engine. But I would love to see the full capabilities of what Shiva 3D can really offer. So if anyone has any links to videos or their own personal video game projects that has better graphics than this created in Shiva 3D, I would love to see your artwork. I would love to see your games. So please, post links to it on this video or in the Shiva 3D forums. I would really appreciate that, guys. Alright, well there's that one. Let me go ahead and get out of here. Close that down. The next one I'd like to show you is called Pirate Wings. Now, Pirate Wings was originally developed for iOS, and I believe that was the only platform it was ever released on. And I remember that because I used to have an iPhone 3GS, and this game was it, dude. I would play this game all the time on my 15-minute breaks whenever I got a chance. Just because it was that fun. It's pretty much a flying racing game. So think like Pod Racers meets Diddy Kong Racing. That's what this game kind of reminds me of. Because you can actually go even into space and race. You have multiple of characters you can select and play with, as you see here. And the graphics were actually stunning for the time. For the time that this came out, this was actually really impressive on a mobile device. I really loved it. It was definitely premium, AAA quality, in my opinion, and I believe it still is. I mean, so if you are the developer of this game, or if you know the developers of this game, I would definitely love to get my hands on a copy, even if I have to pay for it. I really don't care. I just know that it's no longer available on iOS, and it's not available on Android, because it was never released or published to Android. So I don't know why they pulled it from the App Store. I don't know if they just didn't want to support it anymore, or it wasn't profitable for them anymore. I don't know, but if I can get my hands on this game again, I will do so in a heartbeat. So if you know anything about Pirate Wings and getting your hands on a copy, I would love to hear that. Also, comments below. I mean, just please let me know. Also, if you know the story or the reason why they decided to pull this game from the App Store, I would also like to know that, because I'm very curious. This was a phenomenal game, also developed in the Shiva 3D engine. Now, the next game I'm going to show you It's called Micro Battle Tank Deluxe Edition. It's another game that's actually embedded in the web browser, but has also been released for iOS and Android. Um, it has really good graphics, and one of the things that really impressed me about this engine is actually the map editor. It actually has a full-blown map editor, which really surprised me, that allow you to throw objects onto the screen, pan and tilt. Um, I mean, a full-on map editor, dude, in a mobile game that also happens to be a web, um, also happens to be, sorry, a web player game. I mean, you don't ever expect that. I mean, I've never seen a map editor in a web edition of a game. You know, that runs in the web browser through web plugin. No, never. I've never seen that. I'm just beside myself impressed by the developers of this game. I mean, if you're watching this right now, I commend you. You guys did a phenomenal job, and I am thoroughly impressed. Good job. I applaud you. Congratulations. This is amazing. Um, and I also love the fact that you've included the ability to bake your AO maps into the game. I mean, look at this. Go to lighting, hit compute, watch this. Boom. Look at that. That is impressive. Like I can't even fathom. When I first saw this, I was like, you've got to be shitting me. Like, excuse my language, but in Maine, wow. So let's go ahead and play test the map we just created, and boom, we're in. Look at that. As I was talking, I went ahead and created this map in their map editor. This is truly impressive. Guys, good job. And I'm going to admit, in this video right now, I'm actually kind of addicted to this game. I play this game at least once a day. I wish there were more people online playing multiplayer. So if you also like this game, or you've played it before and you want to battle me in multiplayer, let me know, and I will definitely join you online to play. Because if you go to their website here at microbattletank.com, you can play multiplayer. However, if you have the mobile version of this on your Android or iOS device, you're not going to get multiplayer mode. You're only going to get arcade, survivor, and training. So just something to keep that in mind. So if you do want to play multiplayer, definitely play on the desktop. Whether it be Mac, PC, or Linux, doesn't matter. You just go on your desktop browser and play on it there. But from my experience, there hasn't been anyone online whenever I've been wanting to play. So just thought I'd mention that to you guys. But great job on the game. I absolutely love it. So yeah, this is my theory so far and my ideas behind going the Shiva 3D route versus going Unity. So yes, I'm going to go with Shiva and not Unity. Just my 2 cents. I think it's the best bang for buck. I think it gives you the best features for the money. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, Unity does have better shader support. Absolutely. It kind of crushes Shiva 3D in that particular aspect. But everything else, I think I'm going to have to nod towards Shiva 3D. I think they're doing an amazing job. And for $200, you simply cannot beat the price of being able to produce or publish your game to 16 different platforms with full rendering capabilities for $200. That you just can't do that on Unity 3D at all. And for a small two-man team, I think that's a lot more manageable as far as price-wise is concerned, to be able to create a game and publish it, bring it to market, and actually start making a profit on that game. Whereas if we went the Unity route, $4,500 out of pocket, and that's just for me, one developer. You got 2 developers, you got to do that twice over. 3 developers, you get the idea. So for me, I think it's a no-brainer to go with Shiva 3D. I think I'm going to go ahead and even buy the book that is available on Amazon for Shiva 3D, even if it is a little dated by now, just because it's got pretty good reviews on it, and just gives me that much. It takes me that much. Gets me that much closer to creating my game in Shiva 3D. Not to mention with Unity, I was coding in C#. Which is a language that I'm new to. So if I wanted to really master it and learn it for the Unity game engine, I would have spent about 6 months learning it. Whereas with Shiva 3D, it uses the Lua programming language, which from what I've read, takes about 3 to 4 weeks to learn. 3 to 4 weeks versus 6 months. That's a huge difference. Now, I understand learning is subjective and some people learn faster than others, but that is what the general consensus seems to be. 6 months or so for C#, 3 to 4 weeks with Lua. So, again, that's another, checkmark plus for the Shiva 3D game engine. Anywho, this video is getting kind of long. I just wanted to go ahead and talk about the differences between the two and my personal opinions regarding both game engines. I think they're both great, so I'm not trying to start a flame war or anything. I think they each have their strengths and weaknesses. But for my particular needs, I think I'm going to go with Shiva 3D. So over the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to dive into it, let you guys know how it goes, and post any videos or screenshots of anything I create in the Shiva 3D game engine. And I'm hoping this kind of, um, re-encourages the community to get involved in helping me and my team and getting us, hitting the ground running. Helping us get started, because I would love to really shatter what people's perception of Shiva 3D is. Because right now it's kind of like torn between, oh wow, it's amazing, it's one of the best tools ever, and oh, Shiva 3D is a waste of time, you really should just get Unity. So right now I don't know, I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm just going to start in Shiva 3D. With the free version, of course. And if I think it's worth it, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger, buy the $200 version, and then go hard and spend the next year or so developing a game on the Shiva 3D engine. So leave down your thoughts, your comments, your resources, links, and opinions, and I would love to hear from it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.